Hi everyone, this is Dr. Katherine.Kelly, and I am wondering, are you having enough fun to balance out this crazy human condition? Obviously lots going on in the world right now, and not that there's ever not a lot going on, but it seems like there's a lot stirring. And my question is, are you having enough fun to help balance out the stressors that are involved? And I would say most people would answer that as a no. Mostly for the sake that the human condition keeps us very serious at all the emotion that's involved. It's very seductive. The emotion just draws us further into the emotion. The fear about the coronavirus right now is drawing us further into the fear of the coronavirus. The fear of the stock market, plunging is drawing us further into the fear of the stock market plunging. So we have to figure out what is going to help balance that out. And the main thing that I think balances that out is some fun and some humor and some lightheartedness about this. Now, yes, we have to take the virus seriously. We have to take finances seriously. We have to take travel seriously. We have to take life seriously. And yet, what mires us down the most is when the human condition lays so heavily upon us that we can't access our souls. Now, as a reminder, our soul's most natural state is joy and contentment and fun. And it's that whole, when something sits well with your soul, you just feel it deep within you. And yet when the human condition is so thick and heavy, that gets muffled out. We forget to tune into that deepest part of us that can find contentment in even the simplest things. And so, it's interesting. My best friend is on a business trip right now. And this is not like her at all, but her business group decided to go out to play, to go sing karaoke, which, when I saw that on my text this morning, I kind of laughed because that is so not my best friend's style. But I asked her, did she have fun? And she said she laughed a lot. And I think that is what she needed in the midst of her corporate world, her busy corporate world. But I think that's also a really good reminder that we all need some fun and laughter that has nothing to do with anything serious. Anything work-wise, anything that's serious for us. We need to instill that idea within us that we need that fun and that playfulness and that lightheartedness, even in the midst of this really heavy human condition. Because we all know that when we have a hearty laugh, we all know that when we have something that's just fun for the sake of being fun, it soothes our soul. So in the midst of doing therapy this week, I've really tried to help people understand and get into that space of, okay, in the midst of all the stressful things, what are you doing for joy? What are you allowing yourself to have as part of your joy vitamin? What is it that you can do to help really get into contact with that natural state of the soul, which is that peace and that contentment and that pure joy. And it's just, you cannot stress how important it is to do that. From a physiological perspective, stress is one of the things that just throws all of our biochemistry out of whack. And yet the number one thing that gets it back into balance is joy and fun and contentment. And, there's tons of research out there about the positive effects of joy, the positive effects of laughter, the positive effects of fun. And yet how little do we put that into our day? How often, if ever, have you ever heard a medical professional ask you or tell you, you need to go have more fun? No, they usually give you a prescription. They usually talk to you about getting your cholesterol levels down or getting your diabetic levels down, whatever it is, but they never put two and two together. They're rarely, let me say it rarely, put two and two together to help you realize that fun is one of the best forms of medicine. Now, it's one of the best forms of medicine for the human condition, but it is probably the best medicine for the sake of the soul. Because again, if we can give our soul what we need, which is that joy, that fun for the sake of having fun, that contentment, that appreciation, then we are going to be much healthier individuals. So as we deal with this coronavirus and see where it's going, as we deal with the political environment, with where that's going, as we deal with any of the things that are really stressful right now, I would highly recommend finding some things to insert into your day, into your every day, during the day, during the evenings, whatever it is that is going to help you boost that sense of joy and contentment just for the sake of boosting the sake of joy and contentment. because we forget. When we're in that serious place, we forget to get into that zone. Now, we resist fun, believe it or not. We resist fun. When we are in these serious spaces, we resist stopping to go have some fun. And it is really important to realize that just like we resist exercising, or just like we resist eating healthily, that the fun part of our nourishment for our deepest part of us is just as important. So I just want to kind of throw this in there that, you know, in the sake of all of this craziness that we're seeing going on in the world right now, it is so darned important to make sure that we are keeping it in perspective, as well as keeping ourselves healthy from that soul level. That is, you know, I've said this before, it sounds dramatic. I really do believe that our souls are basically going to be our survival. You know, that is our salvation, is to get in touch with our souls again. We are so darned disconnected from our souls that if we can get into that soul space, we are going to be able to withstand anything, even the stress that's going on in the human condition right now. So I want to just challenge you to see what is it you can put into your day today and every day that even for 3 to 5 minutes is just for the sake of fun, just for the sake of contentment, just for the sake of kind of reconnecting and rebuilding that space within you that is meant to be joyful and fun. Now, one thing I keep seeing within myself is that, you know, I love daffodils. I love it when the daffodils pop in the spring, and they've been at my house. They've been out for about 2 to 3 weeks, and more are coming out. But I keep realizing, and almost every day when I drive into my driveway and see them lining my driveway, I realized, wow, I have not spent as much time as I usually do just appreciating the darn little things. And so that is one of the things I tried to do as I was leaving this morning, was just really take a look at them and really look at the sky and really look at the sunrise and really appreciate my dogs. And just for that brief moment, it's like giving yourself a vitamin of the soul. So I want to make sure that I'm reminding you in the midst of all this craziness to find that fun, find that joy, find that contentment, and also find that appreciation that will help bring you back into that soul space for yourself, because that is what feeds me. That's what gets me through the day. That's what gets me through this lovely human condition that we deal with. So just wanted to kind of put that out there to you today, and also remind you, Mercury went direct today. Yay, that darned planet. And so many of you should be feeling a little bit less stressed. Now we have that die-off period. They call it the shadow, but it's about a 3-week period after Mercury goes direct that still can feel a little sticky, but hopefully we should be feeling better. Full moon was in the beginning of the week too, and that was really hard because a lot of people were feeling full moon and Mercury at the same time. But hopefully now that that's over, you can get back to having a little bit more fun, a little bit more joy, bringing in a lot more of that playfulness again, and making sure that you are inserting that into your day as part of your daily nourishment, because we need that kind of nourishment in order to survive this not so pleasant human condition sometimes. So I'd love to hear what you are doing to instill some fun in your life. Mine almost is daily, my dogs, as well as talking to friends and planning things and doing some artsy and craftsy kinds of things. But what is it that you do to help feed that contented part of yourself, that joyful part of you? So hope you have a wonderful day. Sunny here today. I'm not sure where you are, but hope that you have a wonderful day. Take care.